Detroit Become Human. Detroit Become Human is the latest from developer Quantic Dream, which makes story-driven titles that rely on players' choice to swing the narrative. The company's latest game focuses on androids in the city of Detroit in 2038, while its main focus is what it means to be human. The plot revolves around 3 androids: Kara, who escapes the owner she was serving to explore her newfound sentience and protect a young girl; Connor, whose job is to hunt down deviants, androids who have developed thoughts on their own; and Marcus, who devotes himself to releasing other androids from servitude. They may survive or perish depending on the dialogue choices that shape the story as customized by the player. Written script in this game was over 2,000 pages long, even more if some articles are right. Years upon years went into filming it all. Even musically this game tickled my senses and was fabulously composed by 3 different composers, each of them with high sense of character conveyance and understanding how the atmosphere of each of the characters should sound. Nima Fakakdarara, who did the soundtracks for Connor, made even his own instruments to find that specific sound of Connor. It's funny to see that Detroit pulls a lot of references from the movie I, Robot, crime scene tape, some cars, tablets with see-through glass. Chloe, the hot android from the menu, even gave notices if I had played too much or too long, and even wished me happy weekend on my Friday's playthrough. So a very smart game. So, how is the game? How does it play? Well, it's not a game per se. It's a movie with choices. A long one. It's a kind of wash the dishes and take out the trash, scream there and patronize here. In action scenes you need to counterattack and block mostly. There are 2 difficulty settings. Easier is more circle and square pressing. The other one is a bit more complex and requires analog sticks and R2, R1 and L1, L2 combos, so you have a bit higher chance to kill off one of your characters. But in some segments you actually get a full control of your character, and to be honest, this part should have been more like Hidden Agenda or click and point system to find clues or navigate in the room, or hell, even first person could have been hell of a choice. And why, you might ask? Well, because the controls are clunky as 2 nuns trying to lose their virginity. You want to go there, but character goes and does the full circle around himself. Or you wanna move and it takes a fucking second to get the person moving and turning. And yes, I know that objects have mass, and the more mass you have, the more force of inertia you have, but it makes even those little parts you play feel like a chore. Same goes for the movement in menu, but I will speak about it in a second. Graphics is great. I mean, God of War's perfection can kiss my ass. Detroit didn't come out and say, "Oh, we have the greatest graphics alive." They didn't commercialize this shit. It's normal. No, let me rephrase that. It's normative to have great graphics nowadays, especially on PS4's power. It's abnormal to ask anything less, especially from a AAA title. So, Detroit Become Human is beautiful. Lighting, shadows, and even inside rooms look like real inside rooms. The story is fantastic. It's not even a story, it's a consecutive intertwined sequence of actions molded by the choices you take in different paths blended together to give you a result that you may or may not expect. Story always finds a way to give you the most hated choices between 2 evils, basically. You choose one thing and the other suffers, you concentrate on the mission and your friend dies and so on. But it's great. I mean, that's what makes the game, a good game. But now, that's not all good, because in the midst of completing the story for the second time, the problems come apparent. Title for this segment: cutscenes must be fucking skippable! So here are things that really piss me off with this game. Not only the game, but all games like this. But mostly Detroit due to its enormously long storyline. Add a fucking skip button for people who want to achieve the trophies. For the love of fuck, If I need to see Marcus's riot scene one more time, I literally memorized the scene. It burned into my skull. I even saw it in my dreams. So, the trophies. You need to play this game at least 3 times to get all the choices done. And that's not a short game. It's about 10 to 12 hours guaranteed. In some cases you can cut the storyline short, but still, some trophies can be done by using flowchart and chapter select. But the main ones require different scenarios and plot twisters. Skip button could help you save at least 20 hours. And one other thing that really annoyed me this time, and this annoying is an understatement, it literally pissed me off. And this time for reals, specifically this segment of the game. Now I don't know what triggered this error, but I got it twice in a row, and both times I had an hour of correct gameplay behind me for the trophies, but the game didn't save the game. I had to start the chapter all over again, and for 2.5 hours wasted, I felt disappointed. I really felt disappointed and I gave up. I gave up the platinum trophy for this game. 1 hour long chapter, or even more than 1 hour, should be saved in between. And if you want the happy ending, not a sexual reference by the way, you need to play it through. Where is the save feature for all my choices? No more hours will go into this game. But as always, since I loved the game and the effort that went into it, I will try to end it on a positive note. I truly love that developers implemented in-game shop where you can spend storyline credits. Those you earn by choosing different paths in the game. This keeps you interested throughout multiple playthroughs. This game gallery lets you unlock music, making of videos, extra stories, artwork and everything else. Only problem is, as I mentioned earlier, the clunkiness of this specific menu. As you try to purchase several items in a row, the navigation totally lags. Smashing buttons doesn't work. In order for it to work, you need to press everything in slow motion, so it would register. In-game menus guys, what the hell? Get it working. So overall score as a game in this genre, I would like to give it 10 out of 10. As I could not finish the game second time due to its errors and non-skippable parts, I would have to give it 6 out of 10. So overall is an 8 out of 10. I hope you enjoyed this review, and if you did, hit that like, smash that bell, and if you dare, subscribe as well. I am Sillyllamaz, and thanks for watching. Till next time.
Do you agree to let me go?